All right. Welcome, friends, to the Purpose to Profit Academy, the expert speaker series. And today I am so honored and excited to welcome Meliss Jakubovic to our series. Meliss is an online marketing strategist and online and business growth specialist for coaches and healers. Welcome, Meliss. It's
Thank
great
you.
to have you.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here and speak to everybody. And just thank you so much for having me.
Amazing. And today we're diving into this amazing subject of energy balancing, right? And so when it comes to successful business growth, there are different energies we can tap into and really create our daily flow from, right? And we're talking about feminine and masculine energy balancing when it comes to business growth. Now, can you speak more to feminine, masculine when it comes to entrepreneurship?
Yes. So, what I find is that just naturally, we are either more in our feminine energy or more in our masculine energy. And when we start our businesses, we get really excited about what it is we want to do. And we just start without a plan, usually, or maybe we've helped one or two people. And then we realize, oh, we're really good at this. We can turn this into a business. And then we don't have the pieces in place to have it be consistent, to be able to sign clients, and to really have a system in place. And so this is when people usually come to work with me and they say, I need help. And I can look at them and have conversations and look into their business and see they're either more in their feminine or more in their masculine energy. So when we're talking about building a business, we have to have that balance. So if you're more in your feminine energy, we have to challenge you, stretch a little bit and grow beyond that to pick up those skill sets of masculine energy in business. And I'm sure we'll talk more in depth about that. And same vice versa. If you're more in your masculine energy, I'm going to challenge you to relax a little bit and feel into things and use your intuition. And when you have your masculine and feminine together, and it's balanced, now you've got a full picture and people are coming to you, you're attracting the right audience, and you also have the systems in place that are helping you keep things consistent so that you can feed yourself and your family and you can go do things that you love to do. So it starts off with just an idea and then usually a leap of faith. But then we need to actually have a system in place so that this is something that we can grow into or use as a way to serve others and serve ourselves.
Amazing. So when it comes to systems and structures and really setting that fundamental stuff for our business, that's more of a masculine approach to it, right? And feminine is all about intuition and flow and creativity. So can you define both masculine and feminine in depth for us,
Yes.
please?
So basically, while I'm speaking through this, for everyone that's listening, think on which ones kind of are like sparking energy inside of you. And that means that that's what you have more of. And think of which ones you're feeling a little bit of resistance towards. And you're feeling like, oh, I hate those things. And those are the ones you need to work on. So, feminine energy is being in the flow, just kind of going with the flow. You don't really have a plan, but you feel into what is that next task that I want to do. You want to get creative downloads from the universe and then you execute. That's a feminine energy. Or if you're feeling really inspired, then you want to work and you want to sit at your computer and you want to dive in. And if you're not feeling inspired, you want to go lie down on the couch. So maybe you are figuring out this based off of your energy, or maybe it's based off of your moon cycle, or maybe it's just based off of what happened in life. If you build your business around that, that's feminine energy. So you're only working when you're inspired and you're not working when you're not. It's following your intuition. It's really listening to your gut. I feel my intuition in my gut. Some people feel it on the back of their neck or on their arms and the hair is sticking up. Then you get excited to do something. That's feminine energy. It's going by your feelings. So if you want to know, should I work with this client? Is this a good fit? You're just going to talk to that client and then get the feel. Do we get along? Do we enjoy each other's company? Do I get a good vibe from them? That's your feminine energy. Also, feminine energy is more about allowing. Esther Hicks speaks a lot about the art of allowing. So if you're feeling emotional, then you're going to have a different way of showing up than if you're not feeling emotional. You know, as women, sometimes we feel emotional, and then we need to use that as a way to ignite the next steps of what we need to do. Maybe we need to go for a walk. And so it's all about timing and the art of allowing these things to evolve over time, and just kind of trust the process of this will come. I see it's on its way. That's feminine energy, allowing people to come to you. So when we're talking about marketing or business growth and finding clients, someone who's in their feminine energy is going to say, the right client will find me. The right client will hear my message and come to me. It's more of that inbound marketing where you're sitting back and you're allowing and you're waiting for them to come to you. This is allowing people to start conversations with you. So you might go to a networking event, and instead of you getting up and passing out your business cards and talking about what you're doing, you're kind of looking around the room, kind of getting a feel for it, waiting for someone to come to you to be like, oh, hi, what do you do? That's all feminine energy. Feminine energy is manifesting. It's thinking about, what is it, that amazing thing that's going to come? Or maybe it's scripting, maybe you journal, maybe it's meditating. And so you think that all of the wonderful dreams and exciting things that are on their way are heading towards you because you are who you are. And there's no like strategy involved in that. And it's also surrendering. So it's surrendering when you know something isn't a good fit, going, you know what, that wasn't meant for me. That's feminine energy. Because in masculine energy, if you know it's not a good fit, you're going to analyze, why is it not a good fit? What can I change? What can I do? So the feminine energy is just flowy. It's just feeling into things, making your life into existence through your thoughts. And sometimes we call this future pacing, acting as if it's already happened, acting as if we already have it, showing gratitude to attract more things. So it's a lot of attraction and law of attraction and things like that. That's all your feminine energy. So if you're listening to this and you're like, yes, 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 that's me.
That's
you're
me.
Your feminine.
Yeah.
It's a lot of us. It's a lot of us. So masculine energy. Masculine energy is structure. It's having a set hours, like set hours that you work. I work 9 to 5, or I only work Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or it's having a structure within your day of knowing like, this is what I do in the morning. Then I take a lunch. This is what I do in the evening, or I only take sales calls on these days. So there's a structure there. It's also a lot of action taking. So you learn what you need to do and you go do it. So if you've ever purchased an online course with videos, if you're in your feminine energy, you'll watch them. Maybe you'll lay in bed. Maybe you'll rewatch them. Maybe you'll dive into them a little bit. Maybe you'll forget about it and come back to it. But if you're in your masculine energy, you're watching the videos, you're pausing it, you're going to take the action. You unpause, you see the next thing you have to do, you go do it immediately. So it's not stop, it's starting the video, stopping the video, and taking the action immediately. And of course, there's benefits to both of these. Masculine energy can also be systems, having systems in place that are repeatable, that end up saving you time, but it's like a copy paste template that you've created within your own business. Anything from payment portals, emails that you're sending out, onboarding, tracking your leads, the content that you create. A feminine energy business person is going to feel inspired to write some content, sit down, write it, and post it. A masculine energy business owner is going to plan out their content for the month and already know what they're posting every single day. It's about time blocking. So I have a time cube, which is not on my desk because I just moved, but usually it's on my desk, and it times how many minutes I'm going to sit to do this one task. And I don't stop doing the task until the timer goes off. And yes, you know, or time blocking could be like, I'm going to spend 45 minutes on a project, and then I'm going to get up from my desk and walk around for 15 minutes, grab something to eat, go to the bathroom, do something else, and then come back. So you're doing actions in chunks. That's masculine energy. Now, a big one that's important is tracking data. So you know your numbers, you're tracking your data. Someone who's in their masculine energy is going to know what the next steps are in their business based off of what has happened in the past. So they look and see, you know, how many people have I spoken to? Of those people, how many people wanted to take the next step with me? Of those people who got on discovery call, how many showed up? Like, you're tracking every little thing, because data tells a story, and then you're making data-driven decisions from that. Knowing how much money you have in your bank account. So if you're the type of business owner who does not know how much money you have in your bank account, or you don't know how much all of your bills add up to at the end of every month, you are in your feminine energy. A masculine energy person is going to be tracking that, writing it down, knowing exactly how much they owe, knowing how many customers I need to have in order to hit this next level. They just know what's happening with their money, where the money's coming from, and how much is going out monthly. And then also you have strategy. So strategy is important because it really plays a big part in hitting a certain milestone by a certain date and having a plan for that. So there is a planning element there, whether that's your marketing or your sales or your business growth and how you will reach those goals. That's very masculine. And even setting goals is masculine. A lot of feminine energy business owners are like, one day, you know, I want to own a wellness center and do all these retreats, but we don't even know when that retreat is or where the retreat is or how we would make that happen. A masculine energy business owner is going to set the goals, know what day they need to reach that milestone by, who they need to contact and deal with on the path to that. And then planning your day, planning your future, planning your month, your quarter, and being able to project what your business will do. So you'll be able to say something like, last year at this time, I was helping this many people and making this much income. So I know that next year I can increase that by 10% and I can expect this many clients to come through. Or I know that in the summer, I might not make as many client contacts because people are on vacation. So I know there's a lull in my business. They recognize the patterns. That's very structural and masculine. And then just being able to have clear focus. So a feminine energy person will be like, this is a great idea. Oh, wait, but this is a great idea. Oh, I have all these great ideas. I want to do everything. And a masculine energy person is going to put the blinders on and go one thing at one time. Right now, I'm going to do this until I succeed. They have that action mindset, and then they'll go into the next thing after that. So that was a long explanation.
That was amazing. I love that in-depth, analysis of feminine and masculine. And I guess the key word here is balance, because if you are only in your feminine or only in your masculine, it's not sustainable. I've been in the masculine 9 to 5 in my corporate job that was like structure, systems, numbers, analysis. And there was no room for feminine flow and ideas and expression and energy, intuition. Like, I didn't even know those words, and then it was quite the opposite. It was all about dreaming, visions, flow. And I realized flow is beautiful, but if you don't have a disciplined kind of structure to your day where you can still do your creative tasks, right? That flow just doesn't give you the results that you're looking to create. I
It
don't know,
doesn't build
just my
momentum.
experience.
No,
Yeah.
you're right. If you're only in the flow, you don't build momentum.
Yeah.
You're very much in your wishy-washiness, I guess. Not that that's a negative. But what I have found is that you could be instinctively in one energy over the other, and then have to create a skill set to bring the other energy in. Or you could be very, let's say, masculine in your home life, the way you structure your family and you have a meal plan and there's a bedtime for your kids. But then when you're in work mode, you're in feminine. So you could be more than one at different times in your life or different times of the day.
Right. So what do you think is a healthy balance between the two energies? Well, we are, in our feminine body. So I would assume feminine would be like, let's say 60-40 if you put it in percentages, or do you have like a healthy formula?
I mean, there's no formula, but I'd say that if there were a spectrum and you're more on one side, challenge yourself to push as much to the other side as possible, because you're not going to make it there. You're not going to, if you're 100% in your feminine, if you push yourself to get into your masculine, you're not going to end up 100% in the masculine. So you'll move yourself over enough that the balance, we're not tipping over. We're going to try and actually make it 50-50. And it is a struggle, because if you're very much in your masculine, it's hard to let go. It's hard to be dreamy and creative and inspired. You just want to like do. But if you're all the way in the all the way in the feminine, you might be like, numbers, spreadsheets, no way. But that's something you can learn. And when you're building a business, if you're a CEO, you have to be able to do that. You have to be able to know your numbers. You have to be able to read data and make data-driven decisions. So the important thing is to understand it, to learn about it, to implement it. And if it's not your strong suit, delegate it, get it off your plate. It still needs to happen within your business, even if you're not the one doing it. But because you're the CEO, you have to know how to do it so that you can teach somebody else to do it at the level that you want them to do it. So a healthy business runs on 50-50, 50%, 50%.
I love that. So
Mhm.
it's all about conscious awareness, right? Just realizing what energy you are in right now. If it's like more structure, more hustle, more like do, and then feeling that you are just too much into it, and just kind of, pausing, assessing your energy, and maybe softening a little bit, right? It's like what's the process once you realize you're in like one versus the other? What do you do?
Yeah. So first you need to decide which one are you. And just by me going through that at the beginning, you probably already know which one you are more of. There are some people who are naturally balanced, which is great. But what you want is a healthy business that thrives and creates momentum, because when you're creating momentum, you're creating the energy of creation, and that momentum builds on itself. So if you stop the momentum, it's really hard to start again. So if you're very much in the feminine energy, then that momentum doesn't really build. You have ideas, but you don't execute, or you execute once in a while and then you wonder why it's not working. Like you said, you're not going to reach your goals. But if you're very much in your masculine energy, you're going to burn out very quickly, because you can't be at full throttle all the time. So that healthy balance is just to stretch yourself out a little bit, not stress yourself out, stretch yourself out a little bit, and then realize which areas are very challenging for you and getting help. So if structuring your business or creating standard operating procedures is a struggle for you, you need to get an online business manager or a business coach to help you, or join a program. If being in your feminine energy is a problem for you, you need to go connect with a healer or somebody who can help you find that within you. Maybe it's a hypnotherapist, or just doing some simple meditation. So whichever one you're in, it doesn't mean you're broken. And as long as you're getting the help and the support, you're going to be moving forward.
Amazing. I love that. I love that. Meliss, can you support our people who are watching this video with additional resources that would help them really understand, their business, the energy side of it, the client side of it, interaction between, you and your clients? Are there any additional resources that you can offer?
Yeah, well, inside of my Facebook group, Spiritual Women Entrepreneurs, you can go there by going to spiritualwomenentrepreneurs.com. What you'll have in there is, aside from an amazing community of coaches and healers who are on this journey with you, you'll also have a lot of resources there. I teach energetics. I teach about money mindset as a way of, it's like a limiting belief that a lot of people in their feminine energy have. We're givers, or we're empaths, or we just want to help other people so deeply that we're giving and giving and giving. I want you to come into my community and take a little bit. Of course, give as well, but take things that you need. And in there, you'll learn how making money is actually a really beautiful thing. The more money you have, the more money you can use to heal the world and put into missions that are exciting and important to you. And of course, for yourself, if you can serve at a higher level because you are being financially sustained, then your clients are getting a better version of you. I do not subscribe to the starving artist idea, where I have this amazing gift, like maybe I'm intuitive, so therefore I need to give my services for pennies. It doesn't work that way. We all come with gifts and purpose, and when we can serve at our highest level and get money back, Denise Duffield Thomas, one of my favorite authors, says, I serve, therefore I deserve. And I love it. So if you come into my group, there's lots of resources there for you as far as energetics. I do have a free gift I want to give today, which is more of the masculine side, which is customer journey mapping. And this is going to walk you through how to connect with your clients in a way that'll help them convert, or how to connect with your prospects in a way to convert them into clients. So we're talking about the stages of awareness. But what's really interesting about customer journey, you hear all the time like, oh, map out your customer journey. What does that actually mean? So inside of this resource, I break down what questions you need to ask and what you need to offer your prospects so that you can meet them where they are at each stage. So it's like what to say to them and what to offer them on each stage of their journey. So that's what I'll offer today.
This is beautiful, Meliss. Thank you. And I will be linking all the resources as well as your Facebook group below this video.
Thank you.
Now, any final words of wisdom to anyone watching this video?
If you started your business, I want you to think about why you started it and who you want to help from it. So sometimes we say like, what's your why? And then people go to, oh, I want to serve a lot of people and make a big impact. Or they talk about how I want to be able to travel and take care of my kids and build a legacy. And all of these things are important. But then when you're building that business, it might seem, especially if you're in your feminine, like, oh, look at this amazing thing I'm going to grow and do. But once you actually do it, it can be stressful. It can be overwhelming. It can have the ups and downs. Entrepreneurship is a roller coaster ride. And so my words of encouragement are that when you're on those lows and those dips, know that you're not alone. Know that every single person on their business journey has been there before and will be there again. Every time you're about to up level, you're going to have a dip first. And so don't sit there too long. Really work on your mindset and get yourself going, because that momentum is going to build energy that creates whatever it is you dream of.
That was so beautiful. I love those words and inspiration and empowerment. Thank you so much, Meliss, for your time today and for sharing your wisdom. And all those links will be listed below this video. So anyone wanted to connect with Meliss, join her group, and take advantage of those free resources, they would be able to do that. Thank you so much
for having me. Thank you. This is wonderful.
It was a pleasure. Thank you, Meliss.